Hey guys, how's it going? Kermode here, back with another video. In this video, I want to show you guys an integral technique for a genre in bass music known as color bass. Color bass has always kind of been around in different forms of melodic dubstep, chill step, love step, whatever you want to call it, but now it's kind of taken on a different form that sometimes goes by future rhythm or color bass, which is really being led by people like Chime, Ace Aura, so many others, and if you really want to familiarize yourself with this sound, check out the label Rushdown. Now there's a lot of different techniques that go into making this type of music. You have to have a really strong understanding of melody, harmony, and sound design. Now there's a lot of mystery when it comes to the sound design because it's not usually just your regular dubstep basses. They have really nice built-in harmonic structures that you don't really get with regular aggressive metallic growly dubstep basses. Now there isn't one right way of making these types of sounds, but I will open up a door and unlock a lot of the sound design for you with vocoders. Now before we get into this video, I do want to say this video is sponsored by SonarWorks. SonarWorks creates a really cool piece of software that takes a microphone and actually records the way your room reflects sound and then actually contours an EQ that tries to correct a lot of those problems. If you want to improve the sound of your home studio, I recommend checking out our sponsor SonarWorks. They're going to be in the description of this video. But without further ado, let's just dive into it. So I've pulled up a pretty simple patch here. I call it like my Eptic Wobble. It's a very simple sort of FM sync screech sound. And on its own, it's just a pretty common dubstep sound. But how would we take this into the realm of color bass using vocoders? Well, let me show you. So for demonstration's sake, I'm just gonna lay down an E here. And we're just gonna have it play out pretty simply. Now once you have your sound here, what you wanna do is jump ahead, and I did this already, is you wanna introduce some sort of chord underneath the existing bass sound. Now I did something super simple here. I haven't done anything interesting yet. I just put an E minor chord and then I did E minor first inversion. I'm not even gonna bother writing a chord progression right now, I just kept it simple. And we just have the simple serum saw sound. Now at this point, this sounds awful, absolutely horrendous. But this is where vocoder comes into place. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna toss a vocoder after our bass sound. This way it's gonna be taking the original movement and character of the bass, but we're gonna take an external source and that's gonna be our chord sound. And this is where we get that harmonic characteristic from the chords. Now you can play with the bands. You can play with bandwidth. You can play with the attack and release. You can play with depth. You can play with formant. And from here, what you do is you layer this with the dry sound. So this is our wet sound. I'm going to create a new chain. If we didn't have anything going on, see how we took on the harmonic characteristic below? So what's crazy about this technique is now this opens up this huge world of sound design because the source bass sound is so important, the source chords are so important, and the sound of the chords is so important, and the vocoder settings is so important. So all we have to do is go into, say, the serum patch, change this into a more unique chord sound, such as a super saw, which I guess isn't really more unique, but different. Maybe let's do like a super square. Let's check that out. Let's play around with our settings here. Maybe we do less bands. Play with the formant. And if we wanted to, we could actually do a proper chord progression. this just opens up a whole world of sound design where you're combining beautiful, lush chord sounds mixed with crazy dubstep sounds. This is just scratching the surface. I showed you the most basic example possible. Now, once again, this technique takes a lot of knowledge in terms of sound design, harmony, melody. But that being said, it might just start to open up your eyes to the world of color bass. So if you guys like this video, consider subscribing and go check out some color bass. It's a really cool genre. Again, check out the label Rushdown, artists like Chime, Ace Aura, Sharks, Ulasile. It's this whole new level of harmonic and melodic dubstep that I am just absolutely in love with. So thanks again, guys. My name is Kermode. Peace.